What's up everybody and welcome back to another video. I want to ask a very simple question. What is wrong with the Chicago Bulls right now? They currently are second in the conference. They were number one. They're sitting at 28 and 16. Their last 10 they've been 4 and 6. Okay, fine. But it's amazing what this team has turned into in just one season. And I don't think the Bulls are going to do that much, but anyway, let's just get right into it. DeMar DeRozan, you might know him from his years in Toronto, and you may know him from his short stint in San Antonio. He was included in that massive Kawhi Leonard trade that ultimately worked out for the Raptors and did not work out for DeMar DeRozan because he did not receive a championship ring. But he is currently averaging 26 points, the most since when he was on the Raptors in 2016-2017 season. He looks like an all-star in the East, and at some points we'll hear MVP chants from the crowd. He has become a big-time player for the team and the veteran leader in most ways. Another player that has faced a lot of scrutiny, a lot of criticism, a lot of, some fair and some unfair, but I get it, is Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball looks reinvented, shooting 42% from 3. Let me say that one more time. Lonzo Ball is shooting 42% from three-point range. The guy that got ridiculed and criticized for the way he shoots and just no one had confidence. It's unbelievable the way that he has turned that part of his game around. He really seems to be able to run the offense and be that floor general that a lot of teams need, somewhat like a Chris Paul. Sure, offense is great and Lonzo gets his points here and there, but it's more of running the offense and making the team better, which he finally seems to be getting comfortable with. That's the big part. Now, a disclaimer. Some bad news just came out about their player Alex Caruso. He will be out for, I believe, 6 to 8 weeks. That looked like a bad foul, bad call, that just looked bad, and it's sucky for the team. I still think he has some promise, and being only in his 4th season, and it seems like he is more of that defensive type of player. He is a champion with the Lakers and should have started more games, but I know he's been dealing with COVID and things like that. But now that he's out, it's going to be tough to gauge what type of impact that he's going to have on the team. But I mean, when you looked at his stats, he didn't play a ton of minutes, didn't start, and just seems to be more of a role player rather than that quintessential starter that a team needs. Now, let's make it a little bit more obvious here. Everyone knows Zach LaVine, correct? Everyone here knows that? Knows who he is? The Skywalker. And he has turned into a really good player from his days in Minnesota. Despite the nagging injury history and him and Lonzo are currently dealing with some knee things, this guy can just ball and make an impact at any time during a game. I mean, this guy has that attitude, that swagger. He can come up with the ball. He can run the offense. He can shoot. He can get to the rim, obviously. He can dunk. We've all known that for a number of years. He's just a great player. And Chicago should be lucky to have someone like that. So don't let him go. And if you want to be like, oh, come on to Philly. Come on the Sixers. Now, this guy is someone I was always a fan of, and just someone who never got the respect. He's been an all-star and is still a critical player. Nikola Vucevic is a starting center, and he is their 3rd leading scorer. Averaging a double-double is no easy task, and you can't count him out with his effect on the floor. Teams can just wave him off and don't respect him in the paint. Sure, he's not the player he once was, but he's still very useful and a part of the Chicago team. Now, with the injury to Alex Caruso, I mean, sure, he didn't play a lot, didn't have big nights, but you need bench, you need experienced bench, so I think it's going to hurt the overall rotations. And it's just exciting to see a team like the Chicago Bulls that have been kind of in a weird spot the past couple seasons ever since getting rid of guys like Derrick Rose and Jimmy Butler, and it's just exciting to see the big brand Chicago Bulls back in the limelight, hopefully with all of this success earlier in the season and somewhat still now, being the 2 seed this late into the season is a big deal. So hopefully next year and the years to come, it's more of an attractive spot to come, bigger franchise, huge fan base. But let us know in the comment section below what you think about the Chicago Bulls and what are their high points and low points of the season, and where do you think they're going to end up by the time the playoffs start. Let us know below, and we'll see you guys next time.